We've got a great day for football. It'll get up to about 65 degrees today. The wind will decrease as the day goes on. For the Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs, the Dolphins losing last week in the Meadowlands to the Giants 2017. Tony Sparano is their head coach now in his fourth season. Todd Haley and the Chiefs had that emotional win Monday night over division rival San Diego in overtime for a share of first. The Dolphins won the toss. They have deferred. Dan Carpenter will be kicking off for Miami. And deep back will be Dexter McCluster. Usually it is Javier Arenas, but he has turned an ankle. He will not be returning kicks today, inactive for the Chiefs. Miami in Kansas City on CBS, and away we go. And McCluster on the fly. And then brought down by Austin Spittler on special teams, a 17-yard return. Which takes us to quarterback Matt Castle. He's had an inconsistent season so far with 9 touchdowns and 9 picks.
And it'll be interesting to see how quickly the Chiefs can get going on both sides of the ball. You talked about it coming off an emotional overtime win on Monday night. It's been a short week, so it's a quick turnaround for this football team. You have to see if there's any fatigue factor for Todd Haley's group.
They'll start from the 22-yard line with a 1st and 10 battle in the backfield. For Bo. And the coverage by Smith makes the grab. A good-looking catch. 7-yard pickup. That is a first down throw right there. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Chiefs have started the same offensive line all season. Brandon Albert playing, the coach says, his best football of the season. Running back Jackie Battle has been the featured back in the wake of the Jamal Charles injury. The Chiefs will operate a run game by committee. Little Thomas Jones, little Dexter McCluster, 2nd down and 3. McCluster is back there right now. Caught by the tight end. That is Jake O'Connell. He picks up 3 on the play. He's got Burnett there from the linebacking core for Miami. The Dolphin defense on the nose tackle Paul Soliai. Anchors the 34. Cameron Wake leads the Dolphins in sacks. And in the secondary, Jeremiah Bell leads the Dolphins in tackles. Vontae Davis out again today. You'll look at Nolan Carroll. He'll replace him in the secondary. 1st down and 10. And Jackie Battle looking for a little room. And they got Kevin Burnett there at the bottom of the pile. It's a gain of 3. He's out to the 35.
And it's Kansas City Chiefs offense off to a good start, creating a new set of downs as we look at 2nd and 7. Todd Haley wants to stay on schedule. Going to throw the ball first, mix in some runs, but look at this Miami Dolphins secondary. Last week they gave the receivers a lot of cushion when they played against the Giants, and Castle has taken advantage of that so far.
Will Allen becomes the 5th defensive back. It's 2nd down and 7.
58! Oh, no, no.
Battle again. This time Dansby slows them up. Allen has a hand on it. Loss of a yard on the play. Back to the 34.
And what did Tony Sparano tell us? He said, hey, his team, the Dolphins, they have to get off to a fast start and have a strong finish where they failed in the 4th quarter the last couple of weeks. He said, we can't feed the crowd here at Arrowhead Stadium because they get going here, Kevin, can make it really tough on an opposing offense.
I think every coach says the same thing every time they come to Kansas City. Take the crowd out of the game.
Easier said than done.
True. Here's a 3rd down and 8 now for Kansas City on the game-opening drive. Battle is atop your screen out of the backfield. Castle for Bo. What a catch. Back shoulder throw. Working on Smith. 1st down to the 49, pickup of 15 yards.
We told you Bo, Preston, and Baldwin would be the weapons of choice for Castle. This is just great symbiotic relationship between quarterback and wide receiver. Back shoulder, excellent timing. Sean Smith defending on the play. Nothing he can do when the quarterback and his wide receiver are working so close with that kind of throw and catch.
Well, that elevation of Bo has been something to watch since last year, hasn't it?
Oh, Bo has really come on.
Is in now as a receiver. His battle on 1st down and 10. Brought down by Randy Starks on that line. Gain of 5 to the 46 of Miami.
What a turnaround in just about every area for the Kansas City Chiefs. You can see the point differential in the first 3 games to the last 4 since they've gone 4-0, and then the rushing yards are up, passing yards are up tremendously, but the turnover differential, I think, is the most interesting stat. They've been able to take the ball away and protect it on offense at the same time.
Little inverted wishbone right there. Battle got it. And he works his way down to the Miami 42-yard line with a gain of 4 on the play for Kansas City on this game-opening drive. Koamisi was there with the stop.
You talk about the killer bees of Bo, Preston, and Baldwin. How about Jackie Battle to throw him in the mix and what he's given them in the running game? They lose Jamal Charles, and Todd Haley has been very impressed with what Jackie Battle has been able to do. Showed a lot of trust in him, giving him the ball in overtime where he helped secure the victory with the game-winning field goal.
Couple tight ends here on 3rd and 1. Battle into that pile, very close to the first down. Had to get just at the 41-yard line of Miami. Drive which has seen Bo catch one for 7 and 15 as the Chiefs opened up at their 22.
You saw Battle lowering his head, trying to pound it across the first down line, and looks like it's going to be close from the spot up here, Kevin. Looks like he may have gotten it, but they're going to bring the chains out.
Battle, who played at the University of Houston. You can see the measurement right there. Walt Anderson and his crew. Walt Anderson officiated Super Bowl 45 this past February down in Dallas. Chiefs get it for a first down run. Battle. That's a great name for a player. He's Jackie Battle.
He's battle tested. We go back to a few weeks, week 5 against the Indianapolis Colts. He sort of burst on to the scene, had over 100 yards rushing in that game, and at 6'2", 235 pounds, it gives them, I think, a different back than what they would get from Jamal Charles or Thomas Jones. He can pound the rock in between the tackles and move the chains.
Cluster back there right now on first down and 10. Somebody moved. May have been Bo here, bottom of your screen, number 82. False start.
False start, number 82, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Chiefs had a ton of penalties in that Monday night game against San Diego, too.
Yeah, they have to do a better job of that. And, you know, the Dolphins come in they are the least penalized team in the league. So if you're Kansas City, you've got to be able to win that part of it. We expect this to be a very close, hard-fought game. And what did Todd Haley say? We expect it to get grimy. He knows it's going to be a physical, tough game. So you can't go and give the Dolphins anything with those kinds of penalties.
Back to 5 in the secondary. 1st and 15 for Castle. Here comes Andre. Chased by Wade. Chased by Burnett. Out of bounds, the safety of the sideline at the 35. He picks up 11 on the scramble, making 2nd and short.
Look at Castle. This is what he brings to the table, I think, a little bit more than most quarterbacks, because he is very elusive. He's more mobile than you would think, and his athleticism, just he sees the defense breaking down and he makes a smart athletic play.
2nd down and 4. Thomas Jones is in the backfield. The 33-year-old Jones, brought down by Jeremiah Bell, has the first down, tumbling on a gain of 5 to the Dolphin 30.
And the Chiefs have scored 3 times on the opening drives this year. And all 3 of those times, they have been field goals. So they've yet to score a touchdown on the opening drive. That go a long way in to kind of taking some of the steam out of this Miami Dolphins team and getting off to a fast start when most people thought they'd be emotionally fatigued coming off the Monday night game.
But this might be a trap game. 11th play of the drive, 1st and 10. Thomas Jones. Burnett got a hand on him and slowed him down after a gain of 1. That trap game thing has kind of been looming over this one. Next week they've got Tebow and the Broncos, and today winless Miami.
Yeah, you know, Haley talked about it. He says, remember the Bills' big-time win? I think it was week 3 over New England, and they came back and lost to Cincinnati. The New Orleans Saints, they beat Indianapolis by a huge score, scored 62 points in that game, came back last week, lost on the road against the Rams. He said, we cannot fall into that trap.
2nd down and 9. 6-minute drive to open the game for the Chiefs. Battle. Well, not a lot right there. Dansby had a hand in that stop. It was a loss of a yard back to the 30-yard line. Miami converging well on Jackie Battle.
Jackie Battle, talk about what he has done since week 5 You can see where his numbers rank, right up there with Fred Jackson, Willis McGahee, Sean Green, some of the best running backs in the AFC.
They do it by committee. We've seen McCluster back there. We've seen Thomas Jones back there. McCluster right now in that position, 3rd and 9. That's a catch by Preston, who was knocked down at the 26. It is a pickup of 5, shy of the first down. Carlos Dansby was there. Chiefs will have to try for 3.
Good job by the Miami Dolphins defense. Excellent depth, keeping everything in front of them, including Steve Preston, come up and make the tackle. And remember, this Kansas City Chiefs offense, they're one of the best in the NFL at converting 3rd and 10 into first down. So that's a good job by the Dolphins defense forcing the field goal.
Negligible wind for Ryan Suckup, who had that game winner on Monday night from 43 yards away. And the Chiefs have struck first. 7:11 to play in the first. On that drive, a 15-yard pass to Bo. Matt Castle, the quarterback, scrambled for 11. They come out with 3. Early lead, Kansas City on top of Miami. That offensive line right there, engineering a 14-play drive, 43-yard field goal by Suckup, who's got the ball teed up at the Kansas City 35. Deep back will be rookie Clyde Gates, a 4th-round pick out of Abilene Christian. Didn't play last week with a groin injury, keeping him away from the Giants game, but he's back there today. And the kickoff after the Dolphins hold the Chiefs to just 3. This goes out of the end zone, so a touchdown. We'll get our first look at Reggie Bush and the Miami offense. We come back to Kansas City, 7-11 in the first. One of the most noteworthy museums in the country, the Nelson Atkins Museum here in Kansas City. Chiefs got a field goal there, first possession. Here's a 1st and 10 pass on Miami's first play. Brandon Marshall snares it. It's a 6-yard gain. He got that from quarterback Matt Moore. He's replacing the injured Chad Henne. And he's made multiple starts now in the wake of the Henne injury.
And now he has to find a way to win games. He has to improve his completion percentage. More than anything, he's got to improve on the 4 interceptions he's thrown in just a few starts that he's had.
It's 2nd down and 4. Moore with time, and he's got Marshall, who works on Flowers. It's a 30-yard strike. They'll put the ball at the Kansas City 44.
Boy, when Matt Moore said he wanted to get off to a fast start, maybe this is what he had in mind, to come out and challenge the talented cornerbacks for the Kansas City Chiefs. You can get on top of Brandon Flowers the way that Marshall does here, well, you can expect to have a big day. He's one of the better cornerbacks in the AFC.
30-yard completion. Yeah, Flowers has had a couple of interceptions against Oakland. He had an interception Monday night, so he has been playing at the very top of his game, but burned right there for 30. It's 1st and 10. Bush offering a block. They're going to Brandon Marshall again. Incomplete. Washington with the coverage on the near side. 2nd down, and again, 3-time Pro Bowl left tackle Jake Long. He'll battle Tom Bahali, one of the game's best matchups today. Talked about Reggie Bush coming off his 2nd career 100-yard rushing game. That was against the Giants in the Meadowlands last week. 2nd down and 10. See a lot of Daniel Thomas today, too. For Miami at the running back position. Flag is down. Bush. They'll take it. Washington trying to push him out. Chased by Lewis and out of bounds. Flag was thrown. There was a block by Colombo on the wing to seal it. And Vernon Carey, I think it's going to be against Miami. And they're going to bring it back. It was a 38-yard run by Reggie Bush. All for naught.
Well, he can't be happy about that one. Look, Sperano. He knows they need every big play they can get, particularly to get off to that fast start.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal motion, number 15, offense. Illegal hands to the face, number 96, defense. Those fouls all set. We'll replay 2nd down.
I think you just said this minutes ago. They're one of the least penalized teams in the NFL. And here we go with Kelly Gregg on that Kansas City defensive line, they got him from Baltimore as a free agent. The leadership he has provided the defense has been terrific. Linebacker Derek Johnson, the reigning AFC Defensive Player of the Week. And at safety this afternoon, Donald Washington replaces the injured John McGraw. We just talked about Flowers. He was just beaten on that 30-yard pass by Marshall. He's had 3 interceptions in the last 2 games. Second down and 10. 33 is in the game for the first time. Rookie Daniel Thomas out of Kansas State. Good time for more. Bush. Out of bounds across the way by Javon Belcher. The catch and run. Good for 5 to the Kansas City 39.
Well, you talk about Reggie Bush. Something has gotten into him. He says he's now carved out a role and has found his identity within the offense. And you can tell he's playing with so much more confidence than he did earlier in the season. I think the more they get him the ball, the better they'll do. But you can see this is one of the worst offenses on third down where they're only completing or converting 25% of those third down opportunities.
Sammy Piscatelli becomes the extra defensive back on this 3rd and 5. Looking for Devon Bess. Kendrick Lewis almost had it, and Bess, as the receiver, kind of had to play defensive back there to knock it away in what looked like an assured touchdown, interception.
Since Eric Berry has gone out with injury, Kendrick Lewis has really stepped up his game. He's come up with 3 interceptions over the last few weeks, and yeah, you can see he would have intercepted this one had Bess not broken it up. Lewis is really a good player. You can see the pressure bearing down on Matt Moore. Delivers that ball. It's what forced the high throw.
There's McCluster back to retrieve the punt from Brandon Fields, number 5 in the NFL in yards, number 6 in net. Looking up into that bright Missouri sun, this is going to bounce inside the 10. Well-placed punt out at the 6, and that's where the Chiefs will be marooned. A 33-yarder, 4:43 in the first.
As we return to Arrowhead Stadium, take a look at some teams that started 0-3 but still made the playoffs. The 1981 New York Jets, the 92 San Diego Chargers got off to an 0-3 start, and the 95 Detroit Lions with Barry Sanders 0-3 and still made the playoffs. And then the 1998 Buffalo Bills got off to an 0-3 start, went on to make the playoffs, and Todd Haley said it. Hey, his team was outscored 89-10 in their first 2 ball games. He then told him a story about the 1989 Pittsburgh Steelers. He said it can be done, and boy, if they turn things around, they've now won 4 straight.
It can be done indeed. On the 6-yard line after the Miami 5 plays and punt, 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Second possession today. Castle, he's going for Preston deep. Covering the play by Nolan Carroll. 2nd down and 10.
But Kevin, there's still work to do, because just because you start 0-3 then go 4-0 doesn't mean that you get to make the playoffs. Look at these teams. Only one of the 4 previous teams to start 0-3 and then go 4-0 have made the playoffs, and that was the 98 Buffalo Bills. The Giants, the Raiders, and the Steelers in 2000. They had won 4 in a row after going 0-3 and still missed the playoffs. So Todd Haley knows that there's still a lot of work to be done.
On 2nd and 10, here comes Bennett. Trailed on the play by Dansby, the free agent from the Arizona Cardinals. It's no gain on the play. It'll now be 3rd down and 10.
All right, Carlos Dansby said that Jackie Battle, listen in. Said he reminds him of Larry Johnson, the former Chiefs running back, and that's what he talked about, wanting to get leverage. You can get under those bigger backs. Jackie Battle goes 6'2". You get under his pads, you can knock them back.
Dansby, who played in Arizona when Todd Haley was the Arizona Cardinal offensive coordinator. Cluster in the backfield, 3rd down and 11, and that's a play that's not going to register with the quarterback Castle. So the Chiefs burn their first. Up on a field goal, 3:55 in the first from Arrowhead. After that Kansas City timeout, 3rd and 11 for Matt Castle. Here comes Burnett, throws it in the dirt, does Castle. There was pressure too from Jason Taylor. They can do nothing.
Number 22 was in the area. It's 4th down.
Wasn't grounding, going from a cluster, incomplete, 3-and-out. Chiefs have got to punt the ball for the first time.
And if you're Matt Castle, look at this. You're in between the tackle box, so you got to get it toward the feet of an intended receiver, which is where Dexter McCluster was. But you can't get caught holding the ball. I think he did the right thing. Very smart thing to do, just get rid of it, punt the football away.
To punt now, Dustin Colquitt, top 10 in gross and in net, and deep back will be Devon Bess at the 40-yard line for Miami. There is a slight breeze that appears in his face. Bess on the 44, hang time of 4.84. Terrence Copper brings him down along with the long snapper Thomas Gafford. 9-yard return. 51-yard punt. Matt Moore in the offense with the Dolphins come back out in 3:39 in the first. Chiefs just had a 3-and-out. Good beginning field position here for the Miami Dolphins at the 47 of Kansas City. 1st and 10 with Bush in the backfield. Reggie takes it up the middle, met by Gregg and others, and a gain of 2 down to the 45-yard line. Key inactives today. Vontae Davis will not be playing for Miami. He's been battling a hamstring. There was also a report of a scuffle with a teammate, a non-football related not playing today, a coach's decision for him. Arenas hurt an ankle in practice. McGraw is out with the shoulder. He suffered that against San Diego. Here is a 2nd down and 8 on the Chiefs 45. Looking for Marshall. And the coverage by Flowers, incomplete at the 40. It'll be 3rd down as we take you to New York and James Brown.
Houston capitalizing on mistakes, Boom. That's right off of a Chris Obenaya fumble. Matt Schaub's going to run this one in from 2 yards out. Texans lead 14-3. 2 series, 2 touchdowns. Houston's on a roll. Texans looking to go 3 over 500 for the first time in franchise history. Back to Kevin Harlan and Solomon Wilcox.
A lot of excitement down there in Houston for this team.
It is their division. It's there for the taking. With the Colts being down, the Houston Texans better take advantage of it.
5 in the secondary, 3rd down and 8 for Matt Moore. Right on the money, caught by Marshall. Daniels tries to get him. Doused by Lewis, 25-yard line. On 3rd and 8, it's a pickup of 20 and a 1st down for Miami.
And how about Matt Moore just buying time, good protection for him. Jake Long doing a wonderful job on Tamba Hali, finding a wide open Brandon Marshall, who probably could have got more out of it. He thought the defender was much closer to him. Look, there's no one in the picture, and he stops and thinks the defender's close to him. Almost ran right back into the defender who was covering on the play, Travis Daniels.
1st and 10. Reggie Bush. Knocked down by Derek Johnson, coming off a 16-tackle game against San Diego on Monday. A gain of 4 to the 21. Once again to New York and James.
Jets cannot do much of this, Boomer. That's right. After an impressive opening drive of over 10 minutes, Mark Sanchez tries to force the ball to Dustin Keller. Darius Bird's going to pick this off. This is Buffalo's 15th interception of the season. Buffalo just turned the ball over to the Jets. Jets are driving. 7th pick of the season for Sanchez. Kevin and Solomon.
Solomon, huge game for the New York Jets.
Absolutely, and Buffalo could distance themselves from both the Patriots and the Jets with a win today.
2nd down and 7, Reggie Bush. Blocked by Hurtline. Bush is off to the races, into the pylon, to the 1. Make it the 3. 18-yard catch and run. Brought down by Lewis, 1st and goal.
Reggie Bush has become a man possessed. Look at this move. He's not going down easy. He's breaking tackles. He's making defenders miss, and he's hitting it up inside, I think running in a more aggressive way than I've ever seen him run before. When he talked to us, he says, I'm going to be decisive, and I'm going to just ram it in there. I think we saw him do it on that play as well.
Daniel Thomas is in 1st and goal from the 3. Good fake, that is a touchdown. The tight end, Anthony Fasano. A 3-yard touchdown pass, his 2nd touchdown reception of the season, and the Dolphins take advantage of a short field.
And watch down in Washington, number 27, right over here. He just lets the tight end go. takes his eye off of him. He thought it was a run. He bit on the play action fake, eyes in the backfield and not on the man he's supposed to be covering, which was Anthony Fasano.
A lot of talk in the papers down in South Florida about why isn't the tight end more involved. Fasano with only his 11th catch of the season. But it comes on a touchdown grab from quarterback Matt Moore out of Oregon State with the extra point now late here in the first, and 7-3. Miami's been in this position before with a lead. There was a big completion to Marshall for 20. An 18-yard catch and run by Bush. Then Fasano for 6. 6 times Miami has lost a lead this season. 3 times in the final 7 minutes. So this is familiar territory, playing with the lead for this team.
Yeah, getting off to the fast start, something they did last week on the road against the New York Giants. But then the Giants ate away at that lead, and then by the time you got to the fourth quarter, they were up 17-10. Giants come back to win that game. So this is part of what the Dolphins wanted to do, getting off to the fast start. Tony Sperano says, but we also have to finish strong.
So the 3-yard touchdown pass against that defense right there. You see Kelly Gregg. Here's the ensuing kickoff right now by Dan Carpenter. Dexter McCluster will get it on a bounce and bring it out for the Kansas City Chiefs. He was slowed down on the play by reserve defensive back Chris Clemens. A return of 21 yards for number 22, McCluster. Tuesday on CBS, for this detective, the key to solving crimes is remembering every detail. Poppy Montgomery and Dylan Walsh star in a new Unforgettable. Tuesday only on CBS. Now the Chiefs, down 7-3, will take over here late in the first quarter with the position at their own 17-yard line.
What is clean? What is
Good block by the running back. Dropped by McCluster, who's had fumble problems this year as well. Coverage by the linebacker Dansby and by Nolan Carroll. The block on that play was by the running back in there, Jackie Battle.
That was a good throw by Castle. And remember, Dexter McCluster, running back and playing some at wide receiver out on the perimeter. He's got to be able to make that catch in tight coverage. Working against Carroll, the safety, got open. Good throw from Castle, hitting right in the hands. McCluster couldn't hold on to it.
Jason Taylor is in. Third linebacker Marvin Mitchell is in. 2nd and 10. Battle. It's by Nisi. Carroll brought him down and getting some help there from Rashad Jones. 9-yard catch and run. And close to a first down at the 26.
Jackie Battle is a downhill guy, even if he's catching the ball out of the backfield. Now watch how he cuts back on the linebackers there. Gets right up under the linebackers, then get going right downhill, headed for that first down mark. It's just going to be a little shy of it. But boy, did he eat up some turf going north and south after making the catch.
So the Chiefs got 3 on a 14-play drive to start the game. Then Miami came back on a short field on a 3-yard touchdown pass. 7-3 Dolphins at the end of 1. Starting the second quarter at Arrowhead Stadium, tied for first Kansas City. Right on the board initially on a 43-yard field goal. Sano caught a 3-yard touchdown pass, wide open in the end zone. That's 7-3 in our score going to the second. Here's Solomon Wilcots, Kevin Harlan. It is 3rd and 1 for the Chiefs. The fake to Battle. Castle has to get to the 27. Getting the first down. Head first he runs, picks up 3. Starks trips him up. First down for the Chiefs. Castle for 3.
You see the effort by Matt Castle. He sort of symbolizes what Todd Haley talked about. He said his team is one of great underdogs. He said we have a lot of players who refuse to accept no as an answer. He said Matt Castle's one of those guys. They wouldn't let you play quarterback at USC. He had to fight to be able to do that. You have other players like Brandon Albert said, hey, everybody thought you were going to be a guard. You can't play tackle. He says he's got players up and down the roster like that.
The tight ends on 1st and 10, the hurdling Battle. And it's a 6-yard gain on the play. Put him at the 35-yard line for Kansas City.
Tamba Hali, Jackie Battle, he said, Tamba Hali, they said he couldn't play in a 3-4 defense, and now he's got 6 sacks. And so Todd Haley has a way of telling stories and communicating with his players to get them to perform. I think he's done that. We talked about the 3 receivers, Dwayne, Bo, Preston, Jonathan Baldwin, who emerged last week in the Monday night game. But he has a way of relating to his players to make them feel like they've got to go out and fight to win games.
And Carroll made that last stop in the secondary. Here's a 2nd down and 4 for Castle. Again out of traffic. Dansby's got a beat on him and puts him down at the 38 and a 3-yard gain for Matt Castle, who began the season with, and he's up limping right now, had a rib injury early in the year.
But he's got a fighter's mentality. Watch him here. And he's able to break containment. Now all he's got to do is beat that one guy. And he's not going down easy. He could have slid on that play, and Dansby wouldn't have been able to lay a hand on him. But Castle is a fighter. I think that spreads to the rest of the team. You look at his numbers, and they're not world-beating numbers by any stretch of the imagination, but he is giving his team a chance to win ball games.
Custer in the backfield, 3rd down and 1. Castle complete. Jonathan Baldwin. That is a 12-yard pickup right on the sideline. Culver was over there defending along with Nolan Carroll. Spot him at the 50.
Look at the ball handling by Castle. Great misdirection play. Going downfield, it throws a laser into Baldwin. And so he's getting a good feel for these wide receivers. Remember, this is Preston's first year in the offense. Baldwin, the rookie from Pittsburgh, his first year in the offense. And without a real true offseason, it's taking them some time to gel. But you can see the numbers with Baldwin. He's starting to get a good feel in this offense.
Had a touchdown pass on Monday of 39 yards against San Diego. 1st down and 10. Deep here. Looking for Bo. The cover. Oh, he says he got the ball, and the official saying it hit the turf. The natural grass incomplete with the coverage by Sean Smith. Incomplete to Dwayne Bo.
Oh, Bo tries to dig this one out. This is another laser from Castle. Castle's come out and thrown some balls very well. Look at this one. He let him. It hit off one hand of Bo. He couldn't get 2 hands on it to keep it from hitting the turf. But look at the big target. 6'2" is Dwayne Bo. At 6'4", the rookie Jonathan Baldwin. 230 pounds is the rookie. And you can see they're being targeted a ton in ball games, and they're starting to produce.
Out in the secondary, 2nd down and 10. Here comes Wake, the slippery Castle. And then taken down on the play by Dansby. There's no gain on the play to New York and James Brown.
Kevin and Solly, watch this pass that did not hit the turf.
Watch this catch. Matt Ryan to Julio Jones, his first touchdown catch of his career, 50 yards, and what a catch it was. 7-0 Falcons over the Colts.
Wow. Let's take it back to Kevin Harlan and Solomon Wilcox. 14-0 now.
Julio Jones, A.J. Green, Jonathan Baldwin, some big names at receivers in that draft.
Did he beat 3 defenders there for the Indianapolis Colts?
Jones played at Alabama, 3rd down and 10. Here he goes again. He's got to get to the 40-foot, a little bit in back of Preston. And the coverage by Nolan Carroll. It is incomplete. He was over the line, too, so a flag was thrown. He was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
Castle kind of panicked on this one a little bit, Kevin.
Illegal forward pass. Number 7, offense, was beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. It'll be a 5-yard penalty from the spot where the pass was thrown, and a loss of down. It'll be 4th down.
And the Chiefs have got a punt.
Yeah, we talk about quarterbacks being mobile, but sometimes you need to run to throw. See, his vision is down the field, but he starts to take off. See, he tries to go lateral at the last minute to throw that ball. He rushed the throw to Preston, but didn't quite understand where he was on the field. I think he had a sense that he was close, and Todd Haley said, well, I don't think we were past the line of scrimmage. He's ready to throw out the red flag to have a challenge.
And he was just told by the umpire with the conversation right there that they had him. And so to punt now will be Dustin Colquitt. 9 plays punt for Kansas City. Devon Bess inside the 15 for the Miami Dolphins. Here they blocked the rush that time with Julius Pruitt. Fair caught, 21-yard line. 4-6 on the hang time. 33-yard punt. 11:20 in the first half. The Back in Kansas City this November, join the NFL Salute to Service campaign to honor our nation's veterans and active service men and women. Learn more at NFL.com/salute. Just had a 9-play punt series by Kansas City. 1st and 10 from the 22 for Matt Moore. He threw a touchdown pass last time to Fasano. He's got his other tight end right here, Charles Clay. In fact, he's a tight end, he's a fullback, he's a wingback. He beats Flowers, 21-yard pickup to the 43, first down.
But Clay is just real good. Look at him coming out of the backfield there. And he's got himself matched up against the corner. But the ability to get into the seams, it presents easy throws for Matt Moore. And he said he had some indicators on this defense where he's going to be able to lock in on where he should put the ball and get rid of it early. You can tell he's dialed in against this Chiefs defense.
Daniel Thomas in the backfield, 1st down and 10 with Rex Hilliard. Good block by Jake Long. Down the middle. That is caught. Clay again. The rookie out of Tulsa makes the grab. And he's to the 35 on a 22-yard pickup. Belcher brings him down.
It's almost the same identical play. He comes off the right side. He slips right into that seam area. And while he wasn't the initial target in the progression for Matt Moore, he came back side and he was able to find Clay right there in the seam. Easy throw, not getting nearly enough depth for the Kansas City linebackers to prevent Matt Moore from completing that pass. There you see him making checks with a single high safety.
1st and 10. Moore, he's got a wide open tight end. The pedaling Fasano, touchdown! What a play! 35 yards. And the Dolphins on top 13-3.
He's matched up on the backside, Kevin, against 56, Derek Johnson. You roll one way and throw it completely back to the other side. Look at it. As you mentioned, wide open. Getting behind Derek Johnson, who lost coverage because he was in pursuit as Matt Moore was rolling out to the other side of the field.
Just this week, there were stories in the Miami and Fort Lauderdale papers about why not more to Fasano, why not more to the tight end. 2 touchdown catches today for the kid out of Notre Dame.
And both of them came off some kind of play-action motion down inside the red zone and then on the rollout on that play.
Tack on one more for Carpenter. Fasano caught one the last series on a 3-yard grab. This time lunging for 6 into the end zone. And the Dolphins surprising the Chiefs. Anthony Fasano was acquired by Dallas, originally a 2nd-round pick out of Notre Dame, Solomon, where he was the 2nd all-time leading tight end receiver for the Irish.
No, certainly he is an excellent pass-catching tight end, and he can make some plays. Originally taken in the draft by Dallas and then came over to Miami, and he showed you, capable of making plays already, 2 touchdowns so far in the game.
Really going on the cluster will bring it out after that 35-yard touchdown pass to the tight end. Brought down by Jimmy Wilson. Rookie out of Montana. 16-yard return. Chiefs have got their hands full now. The first place team down. 9:35 in the second. After the 35-yard touchdown pass, Moore to Fasano. Fasano's 2nd touchdown reception today. Chiefs have it, 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Castle, dropped by Battle. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. It was a pass, not a run.
Well, take a look at the touchdown pass to Fasano. They slip Daniel Thomas to back out here, and it's a rollout by the quarterback. But here's Fasano clear here, and he'll go over to the other side against that reverse action. Now take a look at it. See how he slips underneath the covers? Now he comes out wide open there at the top of your screen. Easy throw and catch at that point, but it was just a well-designed play by the Miami Dolphins offense.
Jimmy Wilson now playing some defensive back. 2nd down and 10. The hard-charging Battle. Locked down by Sean Smith. 2nd-round pick a couple years ago out of Utah. It is a pickup of 7, and they'll put him at the 21.
And Kevin, you know, when Miami Dolphins talk about wanting to get off to a fast start, most of it is really by play design. You script those first few plays on offense, and now see Jackie Battle in this Kansas City Chiefs offense needs to respond. But Tony Sparano we knew his team would come out and give great effort. When they talked with us last night, they said this game is going to be about execution for 4 quarters. That's who's going to win the ball game.
Carroll is the starter who's out now. Wilson taking his place, 3rd and a long 2. LaVon McClain drilled in the play by Kevin Burnett. It is a gain of 4 to the 26. That'll give Kansas City a first down. Koamisi was there.
Yeah, it was a nice little pop on McClain, but he does a good job holding on to this ball thrown to him by Castle. You can see he's nailed by Koamisi. Listen in. Ooh. Oh, that's like going to the chiropractor. That'll realign you.
Well, playing with the lead makes things a little bit easier, regardless if you're 7-0 or 0-7 like Miami.
And if you're emotionally drained, boy, this is a lot of work for Matt Castle's group.
Here's a 1st and 10. Castle. Here comes McDaniel. There goes Castle. McDaniel sticking with him, bringing him down. Tony with the tackle. No gain on the play. He gives back to the 26-yard line. Coming up on the Sprint halftime report, James Brown and company with scores, news, and highlights. That's coming up from our CBS studios in New York. The Sprint halftime report. Sprint is a Kansas City company. 26-yard line, 2nd down and 10. It has been a short week of preparation for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, absolutely. It came off a tough, hard-fought, emotional win. That game went into overtime, and it was just on Monday, so it was a short week, but it's got to be physically drained.
2nd and 10, battle. And he takes that ball to the grasp of Dansby on a gain of 8, and they'll spot him at the 34.
Well, the Chiefs talked about it. They need to have a quick physical recovery coming off the Monday night game, and you can hammer away with Jackie Battle early. You still have Thomas Jones to work in the rotation, but Dexter McCluster's got to do a better job of catching the ball out of the backfield, and Bo, Breston, and Baldwin have to create some big pass plays down the field. And Todd Haley talked about it. Without Tony Moyaki, the tight end lost for the season with injury, they need the wide receivers to have that big-time production.
Into the secondary on 3rd down and 2. Here they come. Burnett's got him. Down he goes. Sacked on the play. And the free agent from the San Diego Chargers, Kevin Burnett, with his 1st sack, 3rd by the team. Loss of 8. They got a punt, those Kansas City.
Yeah, they get to Castle again, and they have been hard charging the entire game. How much have we seen Matt Castle running around there? And he's used that mobility. Could not escape that time with a hard charging Miami Dolphins defense. Already 3 sacks so far in the game.
The Chiefs have punted the last 3 times they've had it. 3 and out, 9 and out, 6 plays and punt right here. Once again to punt, Best and Colquitt. And Devon Best. Oh, he gets a lot of air under this one. To the 19, hang time of 5-2-8, and Best will submarine his way and brought down on a 15-yard return by Justin Houston, 5:56 and a half. Back at beautiful Arrowhead in Kansas City. There is Clark Hunt next to his wife Tavia, former Miss Kansas, and Clark Hunt was very instrumental in the negotiations between the players and the owners. Robert Kraft had wonderful things to say about Clark Hunt and how his expertise, especially with the complex numbers that were being thrown both ways, were deciphered so well by Clark, as we have a 1st and 10 and a flag or 2 thrown on this particular play.
Encroachment, number 72, defense, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
That's on Dorsey. But Clark Hunt, of course, is the son of the late founder of the Kansas City Chiefs and the AFL, Lamar Hunt, and was spectacular in these meetings in all the important negotiations. And now he takes the torch from his father and continues him into a new generation.
I think he's picked up the mantle and carried it very well. Lamar Hunt was a great man, a great leader for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Clark Hunt has done a wonderful job of carrying this league and this team into the next generation.
On a 1st and 5. This is once again the rookie Charles Clay. It's a gain of 7, forced out of bounds on the near sideline.
Take a look at this throw from Matt Moore, just dumping it off over to Clay. Clay is getting involved now, starting to catch the ball out of the backfield. And that's why they are giving him more playing time between he and Fasano. They've been, I think, a tremendous outlet in terms of catching the ball consistently for Matt Moore.
Clay, a college football tailback, fullback, tight end, receiver, wildcat, quarterback. And Tulsa played some defensive linebacker. He's done it all. And here is a 1st and 10, and Reggie Bush, who came in a trade from the New Orleans Saints, is up to about the 48-yard line and a pickup of 3. Belcher, among others, there with the stop, and get scores and manage CBS Sports fantasy football teams on your mobile phone. To get the free app, simply call *CBS or go to cbssports.com/mobile. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Hey, Moore's at 7 consecutive passes.
Yeah, they're throwing the ball at an enormous clip. 13 pass plays, only 3 run plays dialed up right now for the Dolphins offense.
It's 2nd and 7. Long does another good job with Ali. They need the 45. He's shy. He'll be about a yard or 2 shy. The quarterback, Matt Moore, out of Oregon State, gained 6 on the play. Belcher there to put a hand on the Miami quarterback.
Yeah, he's got to do a better job. Get the ball out of his hand. Go ahead and roll it here. But watch as he starts to run it. And then you've got to, look, you got a tight end open right there. And he could have thrown it and had the 1st down as opposed to running it and sliding with it. Do a better job of, while you're running around, you're a quarterback, keep your vision downfield to find the open receiver.
In the secondary for the Chiefs, 3rd down and 2. Moore, Bess, shy. Well played by Flowers. He was either going to pick it off or do what he did right there. Make the great stop. No gain on the play. It's 4th and 2, and Miami's got to punt the ball.
Yeah, and once again, Miami fails to convert on 3rd down. But I say they should have never even been in the 3rd down situation, because on 2nd down, Moore could have completed the pass to Fasano. He completes this one to Bess. But what a reaction from Brandon Flowers coming up to make the hit and prevent the 1st down.
Fields will punt. McCluster is back there and is waving that arm for a fair catch, which he makes at the 9. 38-yard punt. Good job once again by Brandon Fields. The MetLife Blimp providing these great aerial shots, these terrific scenics of renovated Arrowhead Stadium. Look for the MetLife Blimps as they team up with CBS for more coverage this season. Little win there, pushing more speed on the Blimps today. Yeah, the time of possession, interesting numbers.
Yeah, very interesting. Kansas City has dominated time of possession, but not on the scoreboard. That means Miami's been very efficient, taking advantage of what few plays they've had, only 18 offensive snaps. But you can see they're putting yards on the board, and as well as points.
Thomas Jones in the backfield, 1st down and 10 for Matt Castle of USC. Right on the screws, caught by Steve Preston. Brought down by Jeremiah Bell. And the catch takes him to the 32, 23-yard pickup.
Yeah, Matt Castle said that there would be opportunities to complete some passes in this secondary. They haven't given him enough time. But on this play, he did have the time, and he found Steve Preston coming across the middle of that secondary. We've seen Matt Castle sacked 3 times in the 1st half. We've seen him running for his legs. But you can tell, if they give him protection, he's got 3 receivers who can get open against this Dolphin secondary.
Brandon Albert is down. They're taking a look at him. Timeout taken, 2:47. We just had the starting left tackle for Kansas City, Brandon Albert, leave the field. Taking his place will be Jared Gaither, the ex-Baltimore Ravens starter, playing that left tackle. We mentioned this before about perhaps being a trap game. I know the coaching staff has warned the players about this. Denver next week off an emotional win on Monday over San Diego, too.
Oh, when you start 0-3, it takes so much energy just to get back to 500. And now you come off the short week. You really do have to be careful and confident.
Castle with a 1st and 10. Coverage on the play. They were looking for Bo. Jimmy Wilson was covering. And you saw the flag throw into that picture.
Wilson is the rookie corner who was beaten last week against the Giants. Let's listen in.
Pass interference, number 27, defense. 1st down.
He arrived there a little early. Now watch his right hand. He'll come in, I think, and knock it down with, see, look at that. Did he push Bo down early? There appeared to be a slight contact with his hand on the back of Bo. So you just got to time it in and make a better play on the ball without making contact with the receiver.
It is 1st and 10. Again, that inverted wishbone. Thomas Jones wrapped up and taken down right off the bat by Will Allen, the ex-New York Giant. Loss of a yard on the play, back to the 43.
Right, Thomas Jones not happy with the way that was blocked up front. Felt like he should have gotten more out of it had he had more room to run.
Last year, the Chiefs were 4-2. Kind of the same situation as today. They played the winless Buffalo Bills. They had to go to overtime to win that one.
And this one is going to be a barn burner for 4 quarters.
Sure looks like. Coming up, the Sprint Halftime Report. James Brown and Company scores, highlights, and news. The Sprint Halftime from our CBS studios. Coming up next. 2-minute warning, 2nd down and 11.
What is it up?
Battle tripped up on the play. Allen got a hand on him, it looked like. And he's up to the 48, 5-yard gain.
This Miami Dolphins team, they get off to a good start, but they've blown some leads so far this year. Take a look at it. In 3 of those games, despite being 0-7, they've blown leads in the 4th quarter. Week 3 against Cleveland, Week 7 against Denver, and last week in New York against the Giants, they blew a 4th quarter lead. So that's why, despite being 0-7, everyone looks at this Miami Dolphins team as being a very competitive group.
In the final 7 minutes of those 3 games, it's been tough. 3rd and 6. McCluster. The nickel back there. He's got the first down. Chased by Jason Taylor. Brought down by Jeremiah Bell. He's to the 39-yard line. A good sprint of 11 for a first.
A good play by Dexter McCluster. He's fearless. Watch as he gets going downhill. Not a big guy. Only 160-plus pounds, but he will throw his body around. They need him to make plays coming out of the backfield, whether it's running or catching the ball.
He's big in that overtime for Kansas City. 1st and 10. Trying to get to the 30. Tripped up on the play by Carlos Dansby. Timeout taken. Pickup of 7. Castle's had a couple of nice runs today. 11 yards earlier in the game. 7 right there. And
some not by design. He's just running for his life. The pocket disintegrates around him. Look at the move. Look at the footwork by Matt Castle. And then the wherewithal to call timeout, understanding with 40 seconds left on the clock, can't squander any more time. They've scored 4 times in the final 2 minutes of the first half. Vitally important. Of course, they've had a couple of touchdowns, a couple of field goals. They like to take a shot at the end zone here. When you're at that plus 40-yard line, and Tony Sperano knows it, Jonathan Baldwin, remember the big-time play he had in the first half on Monday night. They like to take some shots at the end zone.
2nd down and 3. From the 33. The blitz by Bell. Left a hole. They're looking for Jake O'Connell, and Jason Taylor was defending. 3rd down and 3.
Matt Castle, he just teed off on the quarterback. Had to get rid of it early, but watch him go flying down after taking a little hit. Okay, yeah, a little act job there. Look at it. He staggers a little bit as if someone delivered a real hard hit. But you see he's been knocked around a bit. Hurried 9 times, sacked 3 times, and knocked down another 4 times.
3rd down and 3. Here they come again. Oh, they tie up a great blitz, and that was Tyrone Culver who came through. It's an incomplete pass. Culver was in there. Wilson was covering, but Tyrone Culver really disrupted that play.
Yeah, and Castle saying, hey, I got rid of that one, but I don't think it happened. Look at number 29, just bearing right on top of Castle. Give the Dolphins credit, Mike Nolan's group, for disguising their intent to blitz. Castle didn't think they were going to blitz and certainly didn't have time to check out of the play into greater protection and was not able to get rid of the ball. They're going to call it a sack.
Culver gets his first sack of the season, a 12-yard sack that takes us to the end unless A timeout was taken, and it was.
1 second on the game clock. Kansas City called a timeout with 1 second on the clock.
So the sack, and Miami has sacked Castle today 4 times. 4 times they've gotten to the Kansas City quarterback. He's only been sacked 13 times coming into today.
He's one of the least sacked quarterbacks coming into today's game. And Mike Nolan's group, they're dialed in, getting off to the fast start they talked about.
We told you earlier Nolan Carroll was starting today. He's got a hamstring injury now that he suffered during this first half, so he isn't seeing much time. Questionable with his return, and Castle will have to work on this 1 second here. Hail Mary, perhaps, just throw something deep.
Oh, you got
why not?
Why not? And you got to do something. What did Sperano tell us? We cannot feed the ego of the crowd here at Arrowhead Stadium, and they've sucked the life out of this place so far in the first half by putting pressure on Matt Castle.
Now Miami takes a timeout. So, you know, already you can sense the distractions that Miami as a team, Solomon, must be playing with 0-7. And also their coach, who's under a lot of pressure right now, a lot of fire in South Florida on him.
Yeah, when you read the papers, Jason Taylor, I think, said it last week, the elephant's in the room. We hear it. You can't avoid it. That there's a lot of talk about changing the coaches and Tony Sperano, whether or not he'll survive the 2011 season as their head coach. But to a man, these guys have continued to play hard. They continue to give great effort. And we talked with Sperano. He said everyone's scared to play you because they know you're a good team. They know you're competitive, and they know sooner or later you're going to get a win.
Well, they've lost 10 consecutive games dating back to last season. Here we go, second remaining. Castle winding up and short. Preston hit by Burnett. They get as far as the 21, 25-yard pickup. That takes us to halftime. Big catches of 30 and 20 yards by Marshall. Castle has been sacked 4 times. Quiet first half for Bo. And winless Miami with the lead going to halftime against first place Kansas City. We'll be back with the Sprint halftime from our CBS studios in New York. Right after this, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Can winless Miami hold on to this lead and win a game?
I think they continue to do what they have done now. They've come out and put the game squarely on the shoulders of their quarterback, Matt Moore, who's been 11 of 14 in the first half, 2 touchdown passes. So they've thrown the ball very well. Now they got to prove they can run it in the second half.
Right now, let's take a look at the NFL mobile recap. It's all presented by Verizon.
Yeah, and it is the design of the pass play. Matt Moore downfield to the tight end, Anthony Fasano. They hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the first half. And so Brian Daboll, the offense coordinator for the Miami Dolphins, have designed some pass plays for Matt Moore to get the ball down the field to his tight end. It's paid off big time. They've got to build on that in the second half, be able to finish off ball games.
Through 30 minutes of football, these are some of the numbers. The 4 sacks on Castle, who is the 6th least sacked quarterback coming into today, is somewhat surprising.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest surprise of the game because now if you're the Kansas City Chiefs and you're going to come from behind to win this game at home, that means you got to throw the ball. And if you got to throw it, that means you've got to protect your quarterback.
All right, here we go. Second half is underway. Ooh! Clark Gates.
Close.
Oh, he was given a little direction. He keeps it in, the rookie out of Abilene Christian. Let's take a look at that one more time. It was very tippy-toe, right on the line.
Did he bring it out?
Ooh, no, he's good. He was good.
Not quite.
Oh, these kids just want to bring this thing out. Rookies like him, certainly, but get out there and show what they can do.
Yeah, but, you better make the right decision. If you bring it out, you better pop one. You look at the quarterback comparison. You don't see the 4 sacks there because Matt Castle's been under duress the entire first half. The numbers very clean so far for Matt Moore and the Miami Dolphins.
It is 1st and 10. This is Reggie Bush. Glenn Dorsey stopping him with a gain of 4 up to the 24-yard line.
How about this? No turnovers, no sacks allowed by the Miami Dolphins on offense, and only one penalty in the first half. So you talk about playing a clean game and getting off to a fast start. That's what they've been able to do today. Tony Sparano knows it. They need to finish strong. They have to be able to finish out and close out ball games. They've been in this situation before. What they haven't done in the first 7 games, they haven't played well enough in the second half to win.
It's second down and 6, and Bush again. A lot of congestion inside. Dorsey along with Gregg, and a gain of 2 to the 26.
There you see the first half production from this Miami Dolphins offense. They punted on 2 of the 4 possessions, but on the other 2, they've been able to take it down and score touchdowns. Now, they need to score a touchdown in the second half. They've only scored 1 touchdown, Kevin, in the second half in their last 5 ball games. So, as well as they played in the first half, they have to play equally so in the second half.
Chiefs have 5 in the secondary, third down and 4. Moore, Fasano could not hold on to it, and the coverage on the play by starter today, Donald Washington. 3 and out, they got a punt.
It was down in Washington, the safety for the Chiefs. He was beaten by Fasano on his first touchdown. There you see him middle of the field. Look at this. He gets a hand in there and times it up perfectly. Doesn't draw the flag. He's able to get the ball out of the chest area of Anthony Fasano and force the Dolphins to have to punt the ball.
Well, McCluster is back to get this punt. He was the #1 punt returner in the NFL a season ago. Fields will let this fly. McCluster from the 34. McClain with the block. Look at the blocking ahead by Cooper. And then the punter, Fields, knocks him out of bounds. 21-yard return, 41-yard punt. Chiefs will begin in the second with Castle at the quarterback. Chiefs are going to begin this on a short field.
Yeah, this is their best field position they've had all day long. Their average field position today starting at their own 14-yard line. So now let's see if they can take advantage of it.
3 plays punt for Miami to begin the second half. 1st and 10, Kansas City. Jackie Battle. Good block by Wigman, the center. Locked down by Dansby, 38-yard line, gain of 7.
And Matt Castle is doing everything within his power to try to jumpstart this offense. Throws the balls very well, but he's been running for his life. A lot of this for Matt Castle. We already told you he's been sacked 4 times in the first half. So when he's had time, he's been able to complete some passes, but all too often that pocket has disintegrated and he's got to take off or he goes down hard on a sack.
Into the nickel, second down and 4. Battle. Burnett throws him for a loss of a yard. The linebacker with the tackle at the 40-yard line.
Oh, remember, this is a 3-4 defense. They're not going to allow him to run outside. You can see how the possessions have fared for the Kansas City Chiefs. They get the field goal on their very first possession, and then they punt on 3 consecutive possessions, and then they run out of time at the end of the first half. So the Miami Dolphins defense, I think, deserves a lot of credit. But right now, Matt Castle's got to find something that works consistently for this offense.
Buster is in, third down and 5. Blitz was on, bumped right there. Wilson and Preston going for it, but they throw the yellow on the rookie Wilson.
Yeah, clearly, it's the second time Jimmy Wilson's been flagged for pass interference because he's making contact too soon.
Pass interference, number 27, defense. First down.
The 7th round pick out of Montana is the rookie. See, get his eyes in, but see, it's bad angle. You can see he's got to avoid making contact. Just go play the ball. It was good footwork. He had great positioning there, but he didn't turn in and go attack the football.
1st and 10. Jackie Battle out of the University of Houston. Wake is there, Burnett is there, loss of 2 on the play.
It's the same play we saw him stuffed on previously before the pass interference. He can't get Battle. Battle's, remember, he's a north-south runner. He's got to come downhill against this 3-4 defense. If I would tell you Matt Moore was going to be outplaying Matt Castle in the first half, what would you have told me? We wouldn't have banked on that one.
It's second down and 12. Blitz is on again. Picked up by Battle. 5th time he's been sacked today. Burnett was there, a loss of 8, and he's back to the Miami 43.
Look at the blitz here by Carlos Dansby, 58. Now Battle steps in front of a runaway train. He drops Jackie Battle. Watch this. He steps in front of it. Boom! Look at the hit. Dansby wreaks havoc, but others make it to the quarterback. Very disruptive right now, and might say that Mike Nolan, the defensive coordinator for the Dolphins, is really dialing up some blitzes that's starting to wreck this Kansas City Chiefs offense.
Chiefs need the 23, 3rd and 19. Bears got some time underneath the cluster. Great open field tackle by Will Allen to the 34, 8-yard gain. They do get into field goal range with that play there.
Got to be tough if you're Matt Castle. Take a look at it. See how many Dolphins are dropping deep? There's nowhere to go with that ball where you're not putting it into harm's way other than dumping it off underneath to Dexter McCluster and try to get your field goal kicker just a little bit closer.
Allen was cut before the season, then re-signed. A terrific open field tackle. Here is a 52-yard try by Ryan Sucka. Very little breeze. Bad snap. It's picked up by Colquitt. Down he goes. And Miami's going to get the ball at the 36-yard line. I think that was a one-hopper from the long snapper, Thomas Gafford, on a 52-yard try. And then that Garo Upremian attempted pass. And tomorrow on CBS, Hawaii 5-0 starts with a plane crash and ends with a surprise twist. Don't miss a new Hawaii 5-0. That's tomorrow, and it's only on CBS. I mistakenly said it was a bounce on the long snap. It was not. It went right to the holder, cleanly to Colquitt.
Look, Colquitt started to stumble and lean forward, and as if he were falling, he caught it, but he never put the ball in position for Suckup to make the kick. And I think that was on the holder, Dustin Colquitt. He literally panicked on the play.
Daniel Thomas in the backfield, 1st down and 10. They got Brandon Marshall right here. It's a gain of 5 to the 44-yard line. Brandon Carr was defending on the play.
Now, if you're the Dolphins, you got off to that fast start that you talked about, Kevin, but I think you got to remain aggressive. And you want to take what Matt Moore told us, calculated risk. But still, keep your foot on the pedal here. You've got the Chiefs right where they're at. You know the Chiefs are going to make a run somewhere here in the second half, but if you can widen that lead, you can build yourself a really nice cushion.
6th offensive lineman is in, Nate Garner, 75. 2nd down and 5. Provides the time. Flowers was watching Brandon Marshall.
All right, Matt Moore's gotten off to that fast start that we talked about, and he's been able to get the ball down the field to Brandon Marshall when they both have been in sync. And then play action pass, touchdown to Fasano, and then another touchdown in the second quarter to Fasano to get 14 points on the board and get off to that fast start that Matt Moore talked about. Right now, he's dialed in. Said he would take some chances against these cornerbacks for the Kansas City Chiefs. When he gets man-to-man coverage, he's going to try to squeeze it into some tight windows.
3rd and 5. Blitz. And going for his receiver, Reggie Bush with a great catch. Had the matchup on the safety, Piscatelli. And the gain to the 27-yard line, and a flag is thrown. 29-yard pickup. It's going to be on the Chiefs. Reggie Bush, the running back, split wide and had the ball.
This is what we call a
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 91, defense. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
What a catch by Bush. What a 1st down throw by Moore.
It's a wheel route. Watch Bush coming out of backfield here. And we said they needed to stay aggressive and take some shots down the field, and that's exactly what they do. Bush knows that he has the matchup advantage going against Sabby Piscatelli. And you get down the field, Sabby doesn't get his head back to find the football. And Bush is looking back into the sun, still able to haul it in.
Well, since he entered the NFL, Reggie Bush has the most receptions by any running back. That has kind of been his claim to fame. They put the ball first down and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Well, there was a penalty.
Yes, there
tacked
was.
on because of Tamba Ali.
Ali picked it up. Daniel Thomas in the backfield. Matt Moore, first and 10 for winless Miami. Moore for Marshall, and he's got him. Touchdown. Brandon Marshall, did he get his feet in? Yes, he did. Carr was over there. Also, Kendrick Lewis, the third touchdown pass today by quarterback Matt Moore.
And Brandon Marshall is elated. In the 7 previous games, only 1 touchdown reception, and he grabs this one. He holds on to it. How many times have we seen him drop these right in the end zone, Kevin?
He's had 4 this year.
And he hauls this one. That's why he's so elated, but what a throw from Matt Moore. And what a challenge that we've seen these Miami Dolphins come out and put up a real competitive performance. They really have come out to take it to these Kansas City Chiefs.
This is not a team that has frayed with the winless season so far, as we see Carpenter put that through. Reggie Bush had a 29-yard catch. Then Moore right on the money. Brandon Marshall, 21-3 Miami. Brandon Marshall has just caught his second touchdown pass of the season. Matt Moore, who came into the game with 1 touchdown and 4 picks, has thrown 3 touchdown passes today, 2 to his tight end and 1 to Marshall. And this is the biggest lead for the Dolphins all season long. The ensuing kickoff, it goes short. Terrence Copper, reserve wide receiver, brought down by Chris Clemens and crew. 13-yard return. A lot on the plate right now for Matt Castle, and 8:32 to play in the third. And tonight on The Amazing Race, the African adventure kicks into high gear. Can this former NFL star carry the weight? It's an all-new Amazing Race tonight only on CBS. Matt Moore has thrown 3 touchdown passes for the Dolphins. The defense has sacked Matt Castle 5 times. He's at their 18, first down and 10. Cluster in the backfield. Underneath. Preston brought down by Wilson, and the catch to the 26, 8 yards.
Well, let's show you how Brandon Marshall was so wide open here at the bottom of the screen. And look at Brandon Carr, the corner. He doesn't get the proper jam, doesn't widen him, and then turns him loose, and the safety's not able to come over the top. And you can see just an easy catch and throw against that cover 2 look. Brandon Carr, the corner's got to do a better job of disrupting Marshall's release, but good catch by Marshall.
To keep him limp around the sideline. Castle looks into the nickel, second down and 2. Dropped Leonard Pope. Coverage by lineman Kendall Langford. Let's go to James Brown in New York.
Hey, Boom, number 1 stat that coaches want to make sure is all right.
Turnovers. How about Freddie Jackson fumbles? The Jets come back. Sanchez is going to hit. Plexico burst. He's going to take it all the way down to the 1-yard line. LaDainian Tomlinson's going to take it in from there. New York Jets on top. Right now, 13-0.
Back to Kevin and Solly.
Telling game for both teams, but the Jets clearly in the spotlight there. Third down and 2. Six defensive backs. Castle, he's got to get to the 28. Preston, or did he hold on? No, he did not. Wilson was there. And Burnett was there. 4 drops by Kansas City receivers, and the Chiefs have got a punt. 3 and out for Kansas City.
Yeah, and Castle's got some time here, but he gets a little antsy. The pressure's been on him. See the time he has there? So you could expect a better throw. He had the receiver come open over the middle. It was thrown high and wide. Preston really tried to come down with it, but I thought Castle could have made a much better throw there with greater accuracy.
Colquitt to punt, and Devon passes deep back, the undrafted wide receiver out of Hawaii. On the fly from the 40. He's slippery as he takes the ball down to the Kansas City 45. Brought down on the play by Houston. 15-yard return. Great beginning field position for the Dolphins. Coming into today, the Dolphins have allowed the second most sacks in the league, but today, the quarterback Matt Moore has not been sacked once.
They allowed 5 sacks last week against the Giants.
After Kansas City's 3-and-out, 1st and 10. Reggie Bush into the secondary. And brought down as he works his way inside the 30. A 17-yard burst. Belcher with the stop along with Kendrick Lewis.
And take a look off that left side of the screen, right side of the offensive line. Vernon Carey, look at that block on Derek Johnson right there. That's just really good timing, good read from Reggie Bush. We said he was attacking the line of scrimmage as a runner. He's running with great determination as if he has a chip on his shoulder. Do you think he's trying to prove to everyone he can be an every down back running between the tackles?
Right.
That's an excellent exhibition of it right there.
Now he's a receiver. 1st and 10. And an open space again. Look at him miss, and there he goes! Reggie Bush has scored on an end around. A 28-yard gallop. And the winless Dolphins lead first place. Kansas City 27-3.
In the words of Reggie Bush, he said, I must run with great speed. Hit the hole early, hit it fast. I got to break arm tackles, and then jump cut to the edge. Look at him setting up Washington there. He wasn't touched on that play. Great blocking downfield by receivers as well. Reggie Bush has sort of energized this football team. He said some words a couple of weeks ago saying, we stink. Some of the other players on defense said, well, maybe he stinks, and I think he's coming out to prove that this team is ready to improve themselves.
Another point by Carpenter, 28-3, winless Miami. 14 points in a span of 157. That was authored by Reggie Bush. Here was an end around who was in the slot, racing for 28. You talk about the downfield blocking, missed tackles, and look at the rookie Clay lead him into the end zone. Before that, he had a 17-yard run, and Miami leads Kansas City 28-3.
He had the 3rd longest drought in the NFL with 134 rushing attempts without a touchdown. He gets it on the 134th carry right there. And very creative use, I think, of Reggie Bush as well. They showed him running between the tackles from behind the line of scrimmage. They put him out in the slot, bring him on the reverse, and right now Tony Sperano and his coaching staff dialing up all the right plays on both the offense and defensive side of the ball.
Well, we talk about trap games. That was the word here in Kansas City. A very desperate Miami team, and now Matt Castle talking with play caller Jim Zorn, or at least one of the 3, Haley, Zorn, the quarterback coach, and Bill Muir really in the press box, radioing down the plays, and then it filters into the quarterback. McCluster is back. The ensuing kickoff after the 28-yard touchdown run by Reggie Bush, his first touchdown run of the season, and from the 20 on the touchback, Castle with a 1st and 10. Coming this December, a Game of Honor will take you behind the scenes of Army and Navy football. Watch exclusive online episodes. CBSSports.com/honor. We've had a chance to watch some of this. It is so well done, incredibly respectful, and must-see TV. So here come the Chiefs. Plenty of time left, but down 28-3. 1st and 10. That's a bobble and a fumble, and recovered by Kansas City. Well, we know it was an emotional game and win on Monday, the short week, as it was recovered by O'Connell, the tight end. But do you see these factors playing into the Kansas City performance today?
And look, Castle wasn't ready for that one. And certainly, and I think it was even Todd Haley who said, hey, coming off the Monday night game in a short week, they lost meeting time, they lost practice time, they lost tape time. And you need the time to prepare. Now, it's no excuse for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Todd Haley won't use it as an excuse, but clearly his team is underperforming.
Blitz is on, second and 13, Castle on the fly, touched by Wake, picks up 3, gets to the 19-yard line.
Castle has gone down. He's gone down hard. We already said he's been sacked 5 times today. There's Dansby in the group. There's Culver on a blitz from his safety position. And then Burnett getting to the quarterback yet again. So they've hit, hurried, and harassed Matt Castle.
It's third down and 11. Castle out of the reach of his receiver. Preston, a flag was thrown back where the quarterback was setting up. What is interesting about these teams, we have a first-place Kansas City team, last-place Miami.
Holding, number 85, offense. Penalty has declined. It's fourth down.
Well, and you're right, Kevin, and there's been some things going on. Take a look at Preston. He's lined up right there at the top of the screen. See him coming over the middle right here, wide open. And how does Castle miss on that one? Because he's been hit. He's been hurried. As we said, Kevin, he's been harassed with the 5 sacks today. So even when the pressure's not there, he's sensing that it is.
Here's a punt, second consecutive 3 and out for the Chiefs. Bess is back. And from the 24. Upended on the play by Kansas City's Corey Greenwood, who leads the Chiefs in special teams. Both sides told us in meetings yesterday, as we have now 60 Minutes. Tonight on 60 Minutes, the man who corrupted Washington, plus a look at the life of our own Andy Rooney. That's tonight on 60 Minutes. The numbers and where they rank on offense and defense are not that dissimilar. I mean, they're very much alike. We have one team that's in first, one team that's in last.
We came in as we were studying both teams, Kevin. We talked about it with both teams, how similar they are, how closely linked they are. Todd Haley and Tony Sparano spent 3 years coaching on the same staff in Dallas, and their teams are built with the same mentality, and we knew that only the records looked as if they were different as we see this run play by the Miami Dolphins, but we knew that this would be a close game, and I think the Dolphins knew this was a game that they can win, and even Kansas City says, hey, we've been where Tony Sparano and his group are right now. They started off 0-3 in Kansas City, gone on to win 4 in a row, but they know what it's like to be winless this year. And so for Miami to come out to play the way that they have, 28 points on the board, come into Arrowhead Stadium to take a commanding lead, I think it's simply phenomenal, and Tony Sparano's group deserves a lot of credit.
After the 3-yard gain by Thomas, second down and 7, the shifty Bush. Brought down on the play by Belcher, the linebacker. It's a gain of 4. So I guess that just leads to the point that the difference between a 4-win team and a 7-win team, or in a 7-loss team, I should say, in Miami, is minimal.
It is. And you know what it comes down to is, take a look at Bush continue to pounding the running game. It is the ability to finish at the end. And Tony Sparano said it. He says, look, the Chiefs have won 3 games by 11 points, but we've lost 3 games by a combined of 8 points. So he knew that his team was very close to this Chiefs outfit here in Kansas City.
Third down and 3, and Derek Johnson was getting in there to stop Daniel Thomas. No gain on the play, and more shoving after the play as frustration comes out, and it'll be a 3 and out for Miami.
The Chiefs have had a tough time winning games against the Miami Dolphins. Every now and then there's a team that just has your number. The Chiefs are one of the rare teams that have been able to come into Arrowhead and still win. The Chiefs have never won in the postseason against the Dolphins. Tony Sparano and his group, he talked about his relationship with Todd Haley. They were both sort of co-offensive coordinators in Dallas. Haley was in charge of the passing game, Sparano in charge of the running game, so they know one another well.
Fields with the punt. McCluster lets it bounce into the end zone. 55-yard punt, touchback to the 20-yard line. Now, close losses by the Miami Dolphins. Week 3, they played at Cleveland. Massaquoi caught the game winner with 43 seconds to give the Browns the win. Week 7, in Miami against Tebow and the Broncos. Prater, 52-yard game-winning field goal. And last week at the Giants, Eli Manning hitting Victor Cruz for the game winner with a little salsa celebration in the end zone. And so they have been here before. The question is, can they hold on and win their first of the year?
With a 25-point lead? Are you kidding me? Here are the Dolphins. You better keep rushing the quarterback. Something they've done well the entire game.
On the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Cole, big time hit by Bell. At the 47, flag is thrown. Bo has been shut out since the opening drive of the game. That is a 27-yard completion as it stands.
Now, I was anticipating that if Bell delivers a hit here, you're going to get a flag. But let's see if it is indeed an illegal hit on a defenseless player. We know Bo was defenseless because he caught the ball and immediately it was a bang-bang play on the hit from Jeremiah Bell. But the rule states that you can't deliver below with the head or shoulder to the head area of the defenseless player. So you need both components for this to be a penalty. I think you got to let football players be football players. You don't have to sit and let the guy catch the ball.
Well, they're playing your position. You played many years in the defensive
There are
secondary.
2 fouls on the play. Illegal formation, number 85, offense. Personal foul, number 37, defense. By rule, the 15-yard penalty will be enforced. The 5-yard penalty will be disregarded. The 15 yards will be enforced from the previous spot. It'll be first down, Kansas City.
See, the official's trying to explain to Jeremiah Bell. Let's see if it's a hit to the head area. Did he catch the chin of Bo? Let's take a look at it. I think that's a shoulder to the chest area. Now, you know, officials are calling that real time, and so you understand how they see it. But in my opinion, you've got to be able to play the game aggressively. Jeremiah Bell had no other choice but to try to dislodge the ball after Bo had caught it. And I didn't see him lead with the head, with his helmet, making contact with the helmet of Dwayne Bowe.
It's the 5:15 rule is what they say here from Walt Anderson, our referee. 1st and 10, Dexter McCluster. And runs into a cluster. Brought down by Dansby, gain of 4 to New York and James Brown.
Coach Cowher like the Jets in this one, Boomer.
And after a 42-yard pass interference call against Lotus McKelvin, Mark Sanchez is going to find Santonio Holmes for his 30th career touchdown. Jets on top 20-3 towards the end of the third quarter.
Back to Kevin and Solly.
It's 2nd down and 7 for Matt Castle. Going deep for Bo. Almost had it. Coverage in the secondary provided by Jeremiah Bell and by Sean Smith. Bo draws a crowd.
Yeah, he does. That's the bracket coverage, and Castle throws right into it, expecting Bo to come down with the catch. But you can see there was contact there. Jeremiah Bell clearly playing the ball and not trying to tee off on, quote, the defenseless receiver.
It's 3rd down and 7. Blitz from Allen. So Preston. Oh, and he got by Wilson, and there he goes. And driven out of bounds by Rashad Jones. Nifty move by Preston, who has emerged the last month. A 37-yard catch and run. And they'll put him at the Kansas City 24.
Oh, they call him the Phantom, Kevin, because he's stealthy, he's calm, he's quiet. But as he told us, he's always present when you need him. That time, he was ever present for his quarterback, Matt Castle.
Hurry up offense here. 1st and 10 from the Dolphin 24. Castle. Lead blocked by Brandon Alberts. Driven out of bounds by defensive back Rashad Jones. That was a 5-yard carry down to about the 19-yard line.
If you're asking, are the Kansas City Chiefs good enough to come back? Are they built to come back? I think they are. I think they have the weapons. Now, first, they got to start by protecting their quarterback, Matt Castle. But remember, they've got 3 talented receivers who are capable of making big-time plays in the passing game.
In the nickel on 2nd for McCluster. McDaniel can't make the stop. And then they finally get him across the way with the tackle made by Kevin Burnett, a gain of 6. First down to the Miami 11.
A couple of things factor in the potential comeback if you're Kansas City. The Dolphins have allowed 14 touchdown receptions on the year, and they only have 2 interceptions, so they don't make a lot of big plays in terms of their ability to take the ball away and create turnover.
Here's Bo on 1st and 10. Blocked by O'Connell and blocked by Colbert. And then brought down, as you see, climbing off the pile there was the linebacker Marvin Mitchell. Gain of 8.
It's just a nice little bubble screen over to Bo. His big body, get vertical and get close to the end zone. And if you're the Dolphins, you've got to start taking the ball away. You can't expect to go 3 and out or force a field goal here. You've got to stop them by creating turnover.
Watch for Baldwin, bottom of your screen. Jeremiah Bell helped on that last tackle, 2nd down and 2. Castle looking for Baldwin. Incomplete. Allen and Smith were on the coverage. Just seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Baldwin is just a rookie, not used to that back shoulder throw, and that's exactly what Matt Castle was expecting. Throwing the ball away from 25 Will Allen, who's coming over on the play. So he only can get it to the back shoulder, because had he thrown it on the front side, good chance it could have been intercepted.
So that's on Baldwin.
Well, absolutely. I just think Baldwin's got to do a better job of anticipation. If you're Castle, you put the ball away from the defender in the best place where your receiver can make the catch.
3rd and 2. This is 4-down territory for the Chiefs. McCluster. Oh, he goes airball and stays on his landing gear, and then brought down by Dansby as he went through the air, picks up a yard. It'll be 4th down as the quarter will come to a close. Well, they say Dexter McCluster can fly. He gives it new meaning as the Chiefs are trying to come back against winless Miami. Well, through 3 quarters, those are some of the numbers right there. It's a 4th and 1 for the Chiefs, who are on the move. Look at that 4th quarter this season by Miami.
Yeah, you can see where it's been problematic because the 37-point differential in the 4th quarter, by far the worst in the National Football League, where they've been outscored in the final quarter of ball games. They've given up a lot of points, but yet they haven't been able to produce much on offense for Tony Sparano.
4th and 1, first play of the 4th quarter. Castle looking for Bo, incomplete. Coverage by Smith. Chiefs come up empty-handed. And the ball will go back over to the Dolphins. Just seconds into the 4th quarter from Arrowhead. Well, the Chiefs just lost it on downs, and Miami will take over. 1st down and 10 yards to go at their 3.
And I think if you're Todd Haley, don't you have to go for it on 4th down?
Oh, sure.
I think you do.
You're down 28-3. Granted, it's not the greatest division in football. After where you started and where you've gone, emotional win on Monday night against a winless team, somewhat surprising. Here's a 1st and 10 handoff, and Bush right into the teeth of Kansas City's defense and a gain of 3.
It's sprint option right, and they get Dwayne Bowe here out into the flat, and look at Castle. He'll just come out here, and then they get him open, Kevin. Look right there. He's open. Now you got to put the ball on him. Got to have a better throw from your quarterback, and possibly, just maybe, he'll catch it and hit the pylon for a touchdown. So I think it was a good play design, and it's a coach's job to put players in a position to make plays. The players, Matt Castle and Bo, have to execute.
2nd down and 7. Bush carry with the block. Belcher makes the stop. About the 7-yard line. And a gain of a couple.
Right now, Reggie Bush, 9 carries, 68 yards rushing on the ground. Let's see if he can be that every down back that we talked about. Can he pound it?
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 27, defense. Late hit. There'll be a 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
Here's what they didn't need. It's on Donald Washington starting today.
Number 27, watch him. He'll come over late on the ground. See, leading with his head to the head of Reggie Bush. Now, I think you have to call that because you can hurt a player doing that. Can't allow it to happen.
They're going to bring out Washington, and they're going to put in Rashard Langford.
It just wasn't a smart play, and Romeo Crennel and Todd Haley knows they have to get him off the field, and can't give the Miami Dolphins anything if they're looking to come back in this game.
1st and 10. Marshall caught the ball, 36-yard line, 13-yard reception, and Flowers was defending.
Well, take a look at it. They'll just roll out to that right. He's got Bush in the flat, but he goes up top looking for even more yards. Nice throw and catch from Matt Moore to Brandon Marshall.
Marshall today has had catches of 13, 30, 20. He's been all over the field. And a touchdown reception of 14. 6 catches for 88 yards. 2 tight ends, pass through in motion. 1st and 10, Marshall. Blocked by the wide receiver Hartline, and not a lot of running room across the way. A 6-yard pickup on the play. I want to thank the MetLife Blimp providing these great aerial shots today. Look for the MetLife Blimp, Snoopy 1, Snoopy 2, and 3 when they pass through a town near you.
You know, Kevin, if you were asking about the Kansas City Chiefs and the defense, what can they do better? We know they've had a lot of turnovers over the last few weeks during this 4-game win streak, but they haven't put a lot of pressure on the opposing quarterbacks. 9 sacks are the fewest in the NFL, and they have not been able to get to Matt Moore today.
Here is a 2nd and 4. Reggie Bush again. Niftily working his way down the sideline, brought down by Belcher. That is a run of 17 yards to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, you can see Tony Sperano cheering on his offensive line. Look at this nice, well-designed play. They pull the backside guard. Richie Incognito, he kicks out. And look at Bush into the second level of the defense where he's itching ever so close to a second 100-yard rushing game.
Remember, this drive began at the Miami 3 after they held the Chiefs out of the end zone on 4th and a yard.
Yeah, the Dolphins have come to play.
Daniel Thomas in the backfield, 1st and 10. And not a whole lot there as he carves his way for a couple to the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 3.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs, they just can't get the Dolphins off the field here in the second half. Remember, we said that Romeo Crennel has given this defense new life. They've gotten off to such an atrocious start in their first 2 games of the season. Even though they went 0-3, they had given up 89 points combined in the season opener to Buffalo and then to the Detroit Lions, and they had played so much better. You take a look at Romeo Crennel. There's Emmett Thomas, the Hall of Fame defensive back who had played here with the Kansas City Chiefs.
2nd down and 7. And the Kansas State rookie Thomas continues to fight. You see the avalanche of defenders. Tamba Hali was in there on a gain of 2.
The difference for the Dolphins today is we've seen them move the ball. We've called them a 20-20 offense. Exactly. Kevin, they go from one 20-yard line to the other 20, and they couldn't punch it in inside the red zone. Tony Sperano's group and Matt Moore, they've been able to execute down in the red zone. We've seen a throw down there for a touchdown to Anthony Fasano. We've seen Reggie Bush run the ball very well. We've seen a throw and a catch from Moore over to Brandon Marshall. So they've improved in some of those areas that really had hurt them earlier.
3rd down, long 5 from the Chiefs 38. Moore's not been sacked today. Finds his receiver Marshall, who's had a big day. Carr is the one to throw him down. That is a 1st down catch. Picks up 12. Some of the big numbers by this Miami team.
Yeah, the Dolphins scored 28 unanswered points. Matt Moore has just been phenomenal. 3 touchdown passes. They haven't had that from a quarterback since Chad Pennington did it against these same Kansas City Chiefs in 2008. And Reggie Bush is on fire, whether he's running it or catching the football. 14 touches, over 136 yards of total offense.
Bush is back there now on 1st and 10. 3 catches on this drive by Brandon Marshall. Bush Weaving and then brought down on the play. Tyson Jackson had a hand on him on a gain of 4.
Reggie Bush told us that college football is totally different than the National Football League, but he is making his presence felt. Whether he's running the ball, whether he's catching it downfield, and then on the reverse play where he just set sail, and he is one of the best open field runners in the National Football League. But today he's kind of shown us he could do both. He's run very well between the tackles, Kevin.
10th play of the drive. This Miami team has lost 10 consecutive games going back to last season. 2nd and 6. Thomas trips or slips, and Derek Johnson with the quick tap and a loss of 2.
He's right there in the middle of the field. The sod is somewhat loose in that area.
Yeah, a little sandy over there, isn't it? Really the worst part of the entire field.
Yeah. It's a really good field. We were down here for practice on Friday, but at this time of the year you get a little wear and tear, particularly in the middle of the field. And remember, they just played on this field 6 days ago in that Monday night overtime game against the Chargers.
Matt Moore has thrown 3 touchdown passes, facing 3rd down and 8. Thomas back in. That was deflected at the line, batted down. Good Kansas City penetration right there. Jake Long, it seems, has done a pretty good job on Tamba Hali, who has not gotten to the quarterback today.
I think Jake Long has played well. I know there were some questions as to whether or not he was healthy. I went back and looked at the tape. He did allow 1 sack against O.C. Yemenura, who gives a lot of offensive tackles fits. But more importantly, Long was isolated on an island against a much faster and quicker O.C. Yemenura last week. And I thought he did a wonderful job. He's got that quick kick step to set himself up in position. We'll see if Miami can convert with the great field position.
Carpenter has made 12 consecutive field goals. A 42-yarder right here adds to the Miami lead. I don't think a lot of people saw this. 31-3, the Dolphins leading the Kansas City Chiefs. People said this might be an upset special. I don't know if they thought about a 28-point gap between the two.
No, I think there are a lot of people who question if the Chiefs get bounced back after an emotional win where they went deep into overtime and on the short week. And I think they've shown us that is a tough and difficult task to overcome.
Coming up in just moments from now, the Subway postgame show with James Brown and company. Scores, highlights, and news. Subway postgame from our CBS studios in New York. The Chiefs came in number 32 in sacks, only 9. But Miami had given up the second most sacks in the NFL. Today, Moore has not been sacked. Castle's been sacked 5 times. After the 42-yard field goal, here's a 1st and 10 for Matt Castle. Outside Bowe, picked up on the play, the defensive back, Sean Smith. It is a gain up to the 36, a pickup of 16.
Now the Chiefs have been able to move the ball. They were able to move it on their previous possession. Came away goose egg. They didn't get anything after attempting the play on 4th down and not converting. And then the defense allowed the Dolphins to go right down the field and kick the field goal.
It's a 1st down and 10. Castle, Bowe found the seam, broke the tackle of Jeremiah Bell on the move and down to the Miami 33. Hit on the play by Culver. 31-yard catch and run by Bowe.
Oh, they're coming out, taking their shots down the field. Castle thought he would find some seams in that Miami Dolphins secondary, and he found Bowe streaking across the middle, breaking tackles. But he hasn't had the kind of protection all day that he's had on these 2 previous throws.
Here's a 1st and 10, McCluster. Knocked down by Jimmy Wilson on a gain of 4, and you've been through this before, but to dig out of that kind of hole, the Chiefs were in 0-3. To play as they did, it expends a lot of your emotion, a lot of your energy just to get back to 500, let alone get to 4-3.
Oh, it's such a grind, and Todd Haley knows it. Just getting back to 500, and then they get the Monday night game, and they had to go into an extra quarter into overtime just to win that one.
Colbert on 2nd down and 6 gets that pass. Brought down on the play by Burnett, close to a 1st down. Not to diminish what the Dolphins have done here today with an 0-7 team and their head coach under fire.
And I think it was Kendrick Lewis who told us that the celebration they had in the locker room after winning the overtime game on Monday night It was like nothing he had ever experienced before. When he said that, I kind of was a little alarmed because when you celebrate like that, it's difficult to bounce back quickly.
3rd and 1, looking for Preston, covered by the rookie Wilson. No yellow, incomplete pass. And now they go to 4th and 1.
I think it was Steve Breaston who told us as he goes up for that play. He said the Dolphins are looking for that one play, that one game to turn their season around. Could this be the day that you see two teams go in two different directions? Todd Haley is none too happy.
Especially when the rankings and the overall numbers by each team statistically are so similar.
Yeah, except for the scoreboard.
Except for the scoreboard. I'm talking the breath of the season, 4th down and 1. And Castle, off by Leonard Pope, he's got the first down, brought down by Dansby, pickup of 9 on the play. And they'll put him at the 15-yard line of Miami.
Maybe this is the game where if Matt Castle in the passing game can really get it going. We saw that in a loss last year on the road against Denver. The game seemingly was put away early, and Matt Castle came alive, threw for, I think, over 400 yards in that game.
1st and 10, McCluskey. Measured out of bounds by Jeremiah Bell. Too much.
That'll get you in trouble.
Yep, too much English on the tackle, and he's going to get flagged. A gain of 5 to the 10.
Serrano says we're not smart.
Play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 37, defense. Half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Yeah, see, okay, you're out of bounds. You can't rodeo wrestle them to the ground so far out of bounds. They're going to get you for that one. He's just got to be smarter than that. I'm sure his coach, Tony Sperano, is going to talk to him when he come over to the sideline.
It will be 1st and goal at the 4.
Go back. Come on,
Incomplete, looking for Baldwin. Coverage on the play by Sean Smith. He began the season as a backup. As a starter.
It was a good play to the right of your screen. Look at Bo down low, and they go up top. Try to run behind him to clear out room for Baldwin to make that catch. But Sean Smith squeezes on this one. Left hand on the back. Right hand comes down to bat the ball away.
58.
2nd down and goal at the 4. Castle. Incomplete. O'Connell covered by Burnett.
Well, you get the sense, and this is where the Chiefs were on their previous possession. Having to go for it on 3rd down, then 4th down. You got to be able to convert down inside the red zone at some point.
It's amazing what 6 days can mean. Boomer Esiason and I were here calling the game Monday night on radio, and this place was just absolutely bananas.
And you have some emotional drain too, but you're hanging in there. You're doing well.
Well, the story was the climb. I mean, the continual stories. 3rd and goal at the 4. As you see the flags and a false start.
False start, number 67, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
After the dust has settled, the story was how they just continue to come back in the touchdown passes against the secondary, which had been fairly strong. The sacks on Castle, number 5. And really almost in every category, Todd Haley's team has just been beaten.
Yeah, he tried to give them some extra rest and tried to structure practice in a way where, you know, they wouldn't be physically drained, but he knew it would be a physical and mental challenge to try to bounce back and bring their A game.
3rd and goal from the 9. McCluskey. Jumping on his back was Tony McDaniel. It's a gain of 4. He's to the 5. 4th and goal. And there's not a great deal of urgency from this team.
And it's not that we haven't seen them not play hard today, but their inability to protect the quarterback when they have done so well at protecting the quarterback. That's one of the things that stand out. and then not making plays. They haven't been able to produce turnovers where they've forced 10 turnovers combined in their last 2 games. So in areas where they have been really good as of late, they have not done so well today.
4th and goal at the 5. And the defensive back had fallen. The pass sails over the head of Bo. On downs, it will go back to Miami, which is circling over their first win. 4:20 to play. The Dolphins will get it on downs. There was a dead ball foul on Miami for taunting, and so they push the ball to about the 3. Bush on 1st and 10. Greg was there. Amon Gordon was there. Gain of 2.
Here are some of the letdowns we've seen so far this year. Remember the Baltimore Ravens, big-time win week 1 over Pittsburgh, and they stumbled and failed the next week in Tennessee. Buffalo, huge emotional win over New England week 3, then lost on the road in Cincinnati. And the Texans had a big-time win over Pittsburgh week 4, lost the following week at home to the Oakland Raiders. So we've seen this happen around the National Football League when teams have big wins, big emotional wins, then a letdown the very next week.
And what does that tell you? What does that signify?
It tells you, A, we have a competitive, very balanced National Football League, but you got to bring everything you've got every single week.
That's Daniel Thomas on 2nd down and 8. Trying to work his way and picks up 3 on the play. Had all kinds of tickets purchased. He went to Kansas State. High pick by Miami. Timeout taken by the Chiefs. 2 remaining. And with the way this team played for Sperano today, they are not afraid. We knew that they were going to play hard for him, and they have today. The last win came on December 12th against the Jets. Last win, week 14 of last season. Forcing a couple turnovers. Brandon Marshall got a pass from Chad Henne. That was the difference. The Dolphins won that one 10-6. So the Dolphins will go to 1-7. And if you're not in a losing city with a losing football team like Indianapolis or St. Louis or Miami, this suck for luck thing that's been talked about. I mean, that's a big topic in these towns.
It is a big topic, but not in the Miami Dolphins facilities. Proud players like Jason Taylor, of course, their coach Sperano, they're not having it. They don't want to entertain that thought.
3rd down and 4. He picks up 2. Flag is thrown. That is one of the overriding themes in all these different cities where teams are struggling. St. Louis and Indianapolis.
After the play.
And Miami.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 71. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. It's 4th down.
And I like what our colleague Phil Simms had to say this week about, Andrew Luck. He's saying pump the brakes, everyone. It's not, he's a good quarterback, but let's allow him to go out and earn it. Phil was one of those guys. He came out of Morehead State. He had to earn it. He had to earn the reputation for being a winner in New York, where the crowd was tough on him, his teammates was tough on him, but he had to earn it. Andrew Luck, you see him coming in with all the fanfare. You want to see young players earn it. You can't just give it to them. You got to let them go out and earn it.
The punt here from Brandon Fields, and deep back for Kansas City, 38-yard line, is Dexter McCluster. Venus didn't play today because of an injury. He was inactive. And the flag.
Ball start, number 50. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. 4th down.
Today, Matt Moore throwing 3 touchdown passes, 2 to his tight end Fasano, 1 of 3, 1 of 35 yards. He hit Brandon Marshall on a touchdown pass of 14 yards. A huge burst, which really put things out of reach, certainly, when Reggie Bush went for 28. Fields now will not have the full 14 yards to punt the ball. And McCluster from the 44. Dancing away. Then brought down on the play and tackled by the special teams of Miami. 9-yard return on a 53-yard punt. Well, follow the NFL while on the go with the NFL's new mobile apps. To learn more today, go to NFL.com/mobile. Dolphins came in -8 in giveaway takeaway. They were near the bottom in virtually every significant offensive and defensive category. So to come in here against a team like the Chiefs riding high on a 4-game winning streak obviously caught some people by surprise. But this was a popular pick around the country.
Well, there were a lot of people who knew that Miami Dolphins would come loaded for bear into Arrowhead Stadium.
First and 10, McDaniel knocks down that pass by Castle, making it second down and 10. But like we said before, people probably didn't think there'd be a 28-point difference between the two.
No, but if you're Haley, maybe now you get to take off that baseball cap and shave the beard. What do you think? It just may be time. Even Coach Sperano joked about changing the hat. Got to lose the hat. but if you're Sperano, you're happy for the Miami Dolphins. If you're the Kansas City Chiefs, you just go back to work, knowing that you've already beaten the San Diego Chargers twice in your division. You've already beaten the Oakland Raiders.
Second down and 10 for Matt Castle. Blitz comes on from McDaniel, who stays right with Matt, who walks the tightrope and then goes out of bounds about the 45-yard line. 6-yard gain.
The Miami Dolphins, are things looking up? They got the Washington Redskins coming to town next week, and then Buffalo. And then they travel to Dallas. That game will be played on Thanksgiving. Anything can happen there. And then you've got the Raiders, the Eagles. So you just take it 1 week at a time. It sounds like a cliche, but that's exactly how you have to approach it in the NFL.
Third down long, 5, and this is caught by Preston. Jeremiah Bell was over there. Burnett was there. They bring him down as he moves for 11. And it's not like the Chiefs are in the most difficult division in football, but the fact that they began 0-3, outscored first 2 games 89-10, has just fueled this wonderful comeback with the 4 consecutive wins. But they just didn't have it this afternoon against a very aggressive Miami team. Here's a first and 10 throw. Castle looking for Baldwin. He's got it. Flag. It's a touchdown, but let's see. Oh, there was shoving on the part of Preston. It's not going to count. The rookie out of Pitt will pick up the yellow.
He's a big guy.
He is.
He is definitely.
Pass interference, number 89, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Hey, just kind of nudged Wilson by him. He's 6'4", 230 pounds. So a little nudge can go a long way if you're Jonathan Baldwin. And I stand corrected, Kevin, because I said that the Chiefs have beaten San Diego twice. They've split in that series, going 1-1, but yet they've already won 2 games inside the AFC West division.
They came back actually late in San Diego in that game, and there was a turnover late by Castle. That was dropped by McCluster. They call that incomplete, as Dexter did not get it. And the Chiefs have weathered some pretty significant injuries, losing second leading rusher a season ago, Jamal Charles. Losing Tony Moyaki, who referred to him earlier, who's going to be a very big part of this offense. They're tied in, and losing one of their huge playmakers on defense, Eric Berry. Here's a second down and 20. A little short here, and Preston catches the ball and brought down by Edor Olshansky and by Trusman. Gain of 6. And this should take us to the 2-minute warning. So Miami is going to win their first game. That means 1 winless team in the NFL, the Indianapolis Colts. 2 to play here at Arrowhead. Coming up on the Subway postgame show, James Brown, Dan Marino, Shannon Sharp, Boomer Esiason, and Coach Bill Cowher for the latest NFL scores and highlights. All coming up on the Subway postgame report from New York. Since the opener of 2010, the Miami Dolphins had made a turnover in virtually every game. So this is the first turnover-free game since that game opening day 2010. Third down and 14. Almost a flawless game by Miami. They got Bo out of bounds and tiptoes his way right in front of Sean Smith. They had 5 sacks on Matt Castle, and this is what the Chiefs have coming up. Tebow and the Broncos visit Arrowhead for the third of 3 straight at home.
Well, they take back to the AFC West division for their first game of the year with the Denver Broncos, then on the road with the Patriots, the Steelers, and then the Bears and Jets,
that is
and then
right.
The Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
So it's like, wow.
Yeah, wow is right.
Get them ready, Todd. They're going to need to be ready.
4th down and 3. 3 times they've given the ball up in Miami territory on downs today. He's got the first down. Buster trying to throw a block and does. Flag was down.
Holding number 76, offense. 10-yard penalty, still fourth down.
76 is Brandon Albert.
That's going to be on their left tackle. Good players, had a good year at that left tackle position, but the offensive line could have done a better job. You see him right there working against Jason Taylor. He's holding on now. That offensive line has not done the best of job today protecting their quarterback, Matt Hasselbeck, and he's been running for his life pretty much the entire game.
4th down and 13. They need the Miami 30. Is that right? That's not right, is it? 23. Castle. Almost picked off, looking for Baldwin. Getting a hand on it was Jimmy Wilson. Dolphins defense has not had an interception since week 3. That was against the Cleveland Browns. Well, next Sunday, the NFL on CBS will feature regional action when the Bills battle the Cowboys or the Ravens take on the Seahawks. Check local listings beginning with the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines. Dolphins will ride this. Minute 40 to play in regulation. Chiefs with 2 timeouts, but my guess is they won't take any here. Matt Moore in Miami will have a nice 3-hour flight back home to South Florida with their first win for Coach Tony Sparano this season. They went 7-9 last year and 7-9 the year before. Key plays today.
Yeah, key plays for the Miami Dolphins has been Matt Moore going up top to his tight end, Anthony Fasano, for their second touchdown of the game. And Dustin Colquitt, the holder for the Chiefs, he can't get it down, so they squander an opportunity to score. Then Moore comes back to Brandon Marshall with a red zone touchdown in there. And how about Reggie Bush scampering on the end around for yet another touchdown for the Miami Dolphins? They scored 4 touchdowns on the day, and Tony Sparano's got to be very happy with the way his team has executed. All 3 phases of the game, they've been very strong. Offense, defense, and special teams.
Big day for Bush, big day for Brandon Marshall, and those smiles. It's been a long time coming for a team that began the season 0-7. The embattled coach, Tony Sparano, and Miami will leave Kansas City at 1-7. The Chiefs will even their record at 4-4.
And winning means a lot in the National Football League, even if it's 1 win. Their ability to come in here and turn back a red-hot Kansas City Chiefs team that's been on a roll for 4 straight weeks, to come inside Arrowhead Stadium and win it, I think it's a huge, monumental task for the Miami Dolphins, and they are to be commended the way they came in here and played today.
Dolphin offense, no turnovers, no sacks allowed, 350 yards. There's former assistant coaches with the Dallas Cowboys years ago. Matt Moore with 3 touchdown passes, and a big day for him. The veteran Jason Taylor have been part of so many losses. That's it. Subway postgame show coming up. We'll take you to New York for all the scores and highlights right after this.